Brilliance Audio presents Requiem Moon by C.T. Rwizi. Performed by Corey Jackson, Susan Dalian, Kimberly Woods, Janina Edwards, Marcus Stewart, James Shippey, and Adenrele Ojo. Yantesaire, the jungle city, the world's beating heart, no longer a fable, but a vivid truth sprawling before Salo's eyes, surreal, intimidating, a place that seems designed to say, you are not worthy to walk these streets. Behind him, the two suns are golden orbs slowly dipping toward a mountainous horizon. Beneath him, Mukuni, the leopard totem, rocks gently as his giant paws pad along the red brick road, entering the city through the western gates. Riding ahead is the mounted guardsman assigned to show the group to their place of lodging somewhere called Skytown. Salo leaves the task of navigating to the totem while he soaks in his new surroundings in silent awe. At first, he sees the beautiful, for that is what his eyes are meant to see. The domes and terraced structures, bamboo, stone, glass, reaching high above the ground and into the jungle's canopy, mingling with luxurious gardens that brim with flowering plants and trees. The gilded statues lining the roadways, monuments to this or that hero standing in silent testimony to the riches of the Chiante kingdom. The elegant carriages trundling on the roads, most drawn by identical-looking zebroids, some without roofs and others closed like shells, curtained windows hinting at the comfort within. As he rides past the building with flowery awnings, a store perhaps, two pretty girls adorned with golden bangles and colorful cloths exit through the door, giggling. Tattoos run down their necks in thin lines and patterns. For a moment, Salo is mesmerized by their carefree laughter. Then he notices the old man in a gray tunic following meekly behind, burdened with what he assumes must be their shopping bags. The man has metalloid horn-like appendages curling out of his temples, tensors. He is Faraswa, and not the only one in this city. In fact, the more Salo pays attention, the more conspicuous the Faraswa workers swarming Yantesaire become, and whatever envy he felt earlier shrivels up and dies in his chest. Faraswa are everywhere, sweeping dung off the roads and shoveling it onto carts, pruning trees in the endless gardens, following quietly behind their well-dressed masters, silent shadows no one seems to notice. Salo looks to his right flank at Tuksad, riding on his massive horned abata, while Alinata holds on to his back from behind. By the little smile on his handsome face, one would think the young man is only mildly amused, but his eyes have lightened to an almost startling shade of blue, which Salo has learned means he's excited. Pretty eyes, Salo would say, but they betray Tuk's every emotion to anyone who's learned to read them. Perhaps that was the intent of his makers. "You've been here before, haven't you?" Salo asks, and Tuk nods. "I passed through Yantesaire on my way south, stayed for a few weeks. Couldn't stay longer because I was running out of coin. As you'll soon find out, this place can be terribly expensive." "Reckon there'll be slaves wherever they're putting us." The light in Tuk's eyes grows dimmer, his irises changing to the color of storm clouds. "Perhaps you'll be relieved to know that the Faraswa here are not so much slaves as second-class citizens. Not ideal, admittedly, but things are not nearly as bad as you think." On Salo's left flank, Ilapara's ears have pricked. She's watching Tuk with hawkish intensity from her saddle on Ingacha, a red kudu buck of the Valau woodlands. As usual, the crimson veil on her head is wound tightly enough to keep her hair concealed. "How is a second-class citizen different from a slave? They're both exploited groups." "True, but you can't buy or sell a Faraswa servant," Tuk explains. "You can't technically mistreat them."